So we're here at my storage unit. You want to know what this big box was for? Yeah. I've got my solar panel up there on my roof, just sitting there testing the sun, just to make sure it does what I need it to do. And so far it's looking pretty good. Figured I better go ahead and get this done. I can't get it mounted yet, because we're expecting some storms over the weekend, so I don't want to try to do that and expect the tape to hold right before storms hit. And I've decided that instead of running the wire down through the back door like I had originally planned, I went ahead and ordered the part to put it on the roof and just drill a hole. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I've got this up here. It's a 300 watt solar panel. Got it hooked up, and right now this thing is pulling 105 to 108 watts without anything plugged in. So what I want to do is plug in my dead fan, because it died during the night last night. That was fun. I want to plug that fan up. Let me prop you up a little bit so I can use my hands and see what happens. Now I am looking at a bigger battery pack, but I don't have the money for that right now. So that's going to have to wait a little bit. First priority is get this thing installed. Okay, it's pulling. My battery's at 90% because I had it charged up at work the other day and I haven't used it that much. 105 to 108 watts is what's coming in. Ooh, it hit 109. The sun isn't even directly overhead yet, so I'm sure it'll get better. So this is one of my fans. It died during the night. So plugged in. One of my cords has a short in it. There we go. This only pulls 4 watts. 8 watts. There we go, 8 watts. A lot of time I will plug in 2 of the wires to plug it in, to charge it up, because it takes so long. Hold up a minute here. Let me get the other one. Ouch. I smacked by my own cords. So my fan will take either plug. This is my phone plug. Doesn't really do that great with the fans. Y'all in my way. Ow! Alright. Y'all gonna get bloopers and all. Right, that put it at 9 watts going out. 110 coming in. Sun's getting a little more over top of us. I don't know how long I can stand here and watch this thing. I got other things to do today, but I had to test this thing out. The fan's actually pulling 10 watts versus the 108 to 110 going in. So I think our solar panel is a win. Unplug that because I'll deal with that later. I'll charge the fan up later. sure it'll increase as the sun gets on top of us. Like I said, I don't have it mounted, obviously. And I planned on just taking it through the back doors. Just bring it in through the corner. And I have wires that go across behind the curtain there. And I was just going to wrap it around that, or zip tie it to the other wires. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and drill a hole. I've got to get a drill bit, because that is not part of my toolbox to have a drill bit that's going to go through a roof of a van. So I will go to the hardware store and figure that out. But I wanted to include you guys and let you know that my solar panel is working. Now what I have, my storage unit is near a business, and I don't know what that sound is, but they're loud. Alright. So I've watched many solar panel installs. And I have a flexible solar panel, 300 watt flexible solar panel. And I have seen people drill holes. I don't want to drill holes. I just don't. So I am following suit of those who use tape. And it is a RV sealant tape. What I have is 4 inches. And you just put it all the way around your solar panel. Do you need to keep track of what it's doing up there? Yes. Would you need to keep track of what your solar panel is doing if it wasn't taped and it was screwed? Yes. Because you need to know what's going on your roof. Just like you need to check for leaks if you drill holes. So that's how I'm going to attach it to the roof. And I actually had to order a tube of sealant to just surround the other part, the little square part that the wires go through, whole into the van. So we're going to do that. I know I've got to protect the wires that are coming through the hole so the sharp edges of the hole doesn't hurt them. So we're going to wrap them up and protect them and do something, try to smooth out the hole a little bit when the time comes. But at this point, that's where we stand. And before long we'll have a solar panel on the roof, and I won't have to carry my battery into the store to have it charged up. And I hope you can hear me over the noise that is going on the other side of the trees. I mean, there's a fence line, there's trees. I can't even see what's over there. There's so many trees. So I don't know what that is. It's just noisy as heck. Hold on just a minute. I'm going to go check my battery. It is so loud out there. And I can't even see through the trees to see what it is. But my battery has went up 1%. It was at 90%. Now it's 91. Didn't take long. What? 10 minutes maybe? Let's see. Yep, about 10 minutes because I'm at 9 minutes and a half right now on this video. So I think my solar panels will win. Next, after this gets installed properly, and I'm still paying on the engine, so I've got to work up towards getting a bigger battery pack. And I had a few set aside in my wish list on Amazon for the van. And I saw last night that they have sold out, so I'm looking at others. But I'm hoping that by the time that I am ready and I have the funds, that what I'm really wanting will be available. There is batteries that I choose, first choice, second choice, third choice kind of thing. And yes, I do look at the price and the deal that I can get, but I'm also trying to look at the brand and the reviews. It's something that I know the name of, to where I'm not getting some off the wall brand from wherever that won't last. So I'm a looking, and it's going to take time. Once I get the battery pack, then it'll be a refrigerator. I have a Pelican ice chest, which I actually intend on selling after I get everything set up. I ain't gonna tell you how much I spent on that thing, but it's a good cooler. It's a very good cooler. I did have to order another fan last night because the buttons quit working on one of my older fans. So what I did, I found a relatively inexpensive fan. I about dropped you, sorry. I'm trying to block out the noise. But I found a relatively inexpensive fan, double the power of what I've got. And it has its own individual solar panel that I can just sit in the window and let it charge while I'm out of the van during the day. So I ordered that last night, and I'll get that next week sometime. So it was a good deal. I also got a percentage off of it. I can't remember what it was, but I got a percentage off of it. So it's a good deal. I look for deals. I look for deals. I don't want to spend any more than I absolutely have to for something. I'm going to make sure it's not a piece of junk, and I'm going to look at the reviews. But I definitely look for deals. Always have. So, but I think I am going to take this solar panel down now and get things put away to where I can go do the things I need to do and I want to do before storms hit. So just wanted to update you, include you in the journey of more power for this van. And like I said, I hope you can hear the audio on here over the noise of whatever that is out there. I feel like I'm yelling. I don't have my microphone on, so I'm depending on my phone. But they moved away a little bit. It got a little bit more quiet, so they moved away evidently. But yeah, I just wanted to include you and let you know where we stand with the solar panel issue. And it's getting closer to being able to be installed. I'm excited. Looking forward. Oh, thank you for turning off the noise. I'm looking forward to getting more power, a bit bigger battery pack, and a fridge. Then I don't have to buy ice anymore. So, if you only knew how much money I spend a month on ice. See, it's not just the ice chest. I use it. I have reusable cups that I fill up with ice. And I pour soda in it every day. So I'm using the ice probably more than the ice chest is. So I'm buying ice. Not every day, but at least every other day. because I've got to keep ice in the ice chest for my dairy products and meat when I have it in there. I usually just buy that on the day that I'm going to cook it, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do make sure everything's covered, everything stays cold. But I use a lot of ice just for me, especially now that it's summertime. So, solar panel, my Jackery 1000. I am looking at power banks that are 2000 plus, preferably around the 2400 plus range. So it'll cover everything that I really want to cover, because at some point, even though I like my Wave 3, I would like to be able to change it out for something that I can't remember the name of that heater, but it uses diesel. And Van City Van Life uses the same heater that I'm thinking of. Another one that I follow, Solar Car or something like that. He hasn't been on here in a couple months, but he has the same heater, and that's something that I want to upgrade to. And now that I have a new engine, I feel pretty good about making changes and improving things and making life a little bit more comfy. So, whereas before I had reached the point of why bother trying, because it was constant issues with the van. But now I've got a new engine, oil changes every 3,000 miles, or at least close to it, to satisfy the new engine and my mechanic, because he said to do it. And I am going to take care of this engine better than I have in the past. I always check my own fluids on a regular basis anyways, but I've got to be extra careful to make sure I get the oil changes and keep this engine happy. So, there's that. Alright, I am going to go. I am going to enjoy the rest of my weekend, what's left of it. And I hope everybody has a good one. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this channel. And follow along. If you want to see my wish list on Amazon, you can look up Amazon by my name. And I also have a PayPal account listed on my bio on here. If you want to help out, that would be greatly appreciated. Not pushing anything, just saying if you would like to help support this channel and help things grow, it would be appreciated. Alright, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta.